Sickle cell disease is one of the major genetic diseases affecting people worldwide. It is frequent in African, African American, Caribbean, Middle Eastern, and Asian communities. In my country of Cameroon, the exact number of people born and living with SCD is unclear. Statistics show an estimated 2% or more people have the condition. Because of the lack of adequate care, many children born with sickle cell disease die before the age of 5. Somewhere along the lines, I developed coping mechanisms that allow me to find joy in living as a warrior. This joy comes from helping others who also suffer.
And of course, how does it come about? When you talk about sickle cell, you talk about the red blood cell. You see the hemoglobin, which is this part of the red blood cell that carries oxygen along. So what happens in general is that the chain of what they call amino acids on the hemoglobin, one of them is changed. The glutamic acid is changed to valine, and it makes in such a way that the red blood cell, that is usually very flexible, can pass through very small blood vessels, now becomes very difficult, very stiff, and is unable not so to manage itself, to flow inside the very tiny small vessels easily. And we discover that these people who have this change of glutamic acid change to valine at that position of the hemoglobin gives them the disease, so they are called sickle cell patients.
First and foremost, when you talk of sicklers, we identify them as social cases. And one thing here in the regional hospital is that, which is a positive remark, is that my colleagues or the other medical personnel, they have all been sensitized.
Far from being a myth or witchcraft manipulation, sickle cell disease is a genetic health issue which is very present in the Cameroonian society. As debunked by medical practitioners, SCD is indeed genetic. Those born into this disease bear the pangs of the disease in different ways. One thing is, however, sure: sometimes they find themselves not being accepted in the society or unable to grow normally as other children of their age. They can't seem to engage in very physical activities, and they need to be closely monitored to help them face this disease, especially when they are arrested by the crisis.
So the symptoms are really common, and they are really linked to the mechanism, the physiopathology of the disease. When red blood cells get blocked in minor vessels, in the bones, in the small tissues, in the organ, they give pain.
I've been painful. When I used to have a crisis, it's as if I'm losing, and it's as if my wrist is about to cut. When sometimes I used to have stomach ache, I feel like vomiting.
Awareness in the Cameroonian context is on the rise, and health institutions are actively involved in receiving, treating, and counseling sicklers. In this light, Bisong Sickle Cell Association, BISECA, in partnership with BC4, have engaged in an effective crusade to create awareness, bridging sicklers to the appropriate information and treatment.
BISECA is the acronym for Bisong Sickle Cell Association, which is based in Cameroon, West Africa, and mainly we are there to support sickle cell anemia patients.
Bisong Sickle Cell Association, in partnership with other healthcare organizations, are working together to bridge that gap and support our sickle cell champions with socio-economic aids.
The idea came behind the fact that I grew up in a background where I had sickle cell siblings. who died at a very tender age as a result of negligence from the healthcare sectors in Cameroon, because people didn't really understand what sickle cell was all about. So this has been like a stigma to me, and I just think this was the right time for me to support other families who are sickle cell patients who are going through the same stigma. The main objective of BCCA is the first thing is to create awareness. People should understand what sickle cell is all about, that it's a hereditary disease. So they should take away the stigma that they tend to look at as sickle cell patients. Secondly, our duty is to support every sickle cell patient in Cameroon who is registered in our organization, to support them 100% in their socio and economic life. So we're going to be there to support them. We're going to stand the bridge between the hospital and the sickle cell patient, whereby we try to make sure they bypass all the protocols when they're undergoing their crisis. So Bisong Sickle Cell is there to empower and advocate for all the sickle cell patients in Cameroon.
The take-home message is that first, to the public, we need to increase this awareness that it's a public health problem, it's around us, and that we have to take it very seriously.
It's just part of you that you need to accept. It's like someone who will have an accident and then you find the hand amputated or the leg. What you have to do to accept them, they should not be stigmatized. That's the first thing. They should always be welcomed by the others in the society.
Our message out there is if we can come together, both the healthcare sectors and other private organizations, for the interest to support our sickle cell patients, why not? Why not? We should eradicate the stigma and try to fight for them to live a better and quality life. Life is not all about money. Life is about putting a smile onto someone else's face. Our volunteers are like the backbones of our organization. They have always been there. They have been supportive, unpaid workers, and they have given their 100% support to the organization. And I must really appreciate their hard work.
BCCA, Bisong Sickle Cell Association, we are empowering sickle cell champions.